हेलो दोस्तों, मैं विकास आपके साथ यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं। पहले तो मैं आपकी स्वागत करता हूँ मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल पर। यहाँ पर देख सकते हैं आप, हम यहाँ पर सिल्वर जो एंड हो रहा है जुलाई 16 को, हम टॉप पर चल रहे हैं। और चलो कुछ पजल सॉल्व करते हैं। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं। यहाँ पर चेकमेट। तो अब क्या देंगे कहाँ पर देंगे। सॉल्व हो चुकी है तीनों पजल और हम लेवल 9 से लेवल 10 पर पहुंच चुके हैं। ओके, तो पजल ख़त्म हो गई। अभी हम डेली पजल पर जाएंगे। पहले लूप तो मेरा गलती हो गया था, लेकिन अब समझ में आ रहा है ये जाएगा यहाँ पर। ओ, ये भी गलत। अब याद आया, यस, ये वाला मारेगा तो ये डेली पजल पे जा रहे हैं। ये इसे मारेगा। अब यहाँ पर जाएगा। ये हुआ सॉल्व। If one of my favorite, the white C5 सिसिलियन डिफेंस हो गई है। फोन
एक्सरसाइज देख, एक्सरसाइज तो सीखी देख देख पानी देख कितने प्रकार को देख सब करूँ सब दिन कले हम ना दिने दिने करूँ देख से कितने प्रकार को केंद्र मिला कितने प्रकार एक्सरसाइज देख नहीं देखो सेट कर दो अच्छा रात तो दिन छुट्टी बस त्यांनी दूध
Wait.
ट्रॅक्टर आगो कपी होला ट्रॅक्टर आगो कपी होला
Lale patera.
जगह की कर दो
Vamos. Eu vou no banho. Mãe, sozinha?
नाही मग आपण बघा
Deixa eu fazer. Ai, não pode. Não pode. Olha o gato.
दाढी बनवती म्हणजे
और ये ज़बरदस्त एंट्री हो चुकी है हमारी।
Labuti lo. Adesso ti assu. Quello che ti va no. No.
What a bad. We've done it.
No,
The concept of counting attackers and defenders is important in every move.
Left to move. Bishop. C4.
ಹೇಗೆ
if black gives bishop g4, then we have to play knight c3. If black play a5, then we have to play. We have a brilliant idea for mate to black, that is knight e5. If his bishop take our queen, then we have to give bishop into f7 toss, and if king e7, then we have the deadly move, that is knight d5 and checkmate. What a player! Thank you. Then we go to the next version. Poison Ross. That is 3 minutes.
ଗଣ୍ଡାକୁ ମାରିବାକୁ ଖାଇବାକୁ ସିଂହମାନେ ଆସିଛନ୍ତି। ସିଂହ କେମିତି ଗୋଡ଼ଉଛି ଏଇଟା କେତେ ଜଣ ଆସିଗଲେଣି ସିଂହ କହୁଛି ସିଂହ ବାଘ କେତେ ଜଣ ଆସିଗଲେଣି ଘେରିଯିବେ ତାକୁ ଖାଇବାକୁ। ठीक है जी टेक्निकल फोपाड़ टेक्निकल फोपाड़
बेस्ट। अभी पॉजिटिव बैटल की तरफ से जाएंगे, तरफ जाएंगे।
ସେଇ ଟେକି ନେଉଛି ବାଘକୁ ଟେକି ନେଉଛି ଦେଖୁଥା
ଚେପା
କେମିତିଆ ଚଢ଼େଇ ଦେଖୁଛୁ
ଏଇ ବାଘ
ବାଘକୁ ବି ଟେକି ନେବ କେମିତି ହଉ
ବିଲେଇ ବିଲେଇ ଭଳିଆ ଦେଖାଯାଉଛି
ନଖ ଦେଖୁ ତାର ଏଇ ସେ ଚଢ଼େଇର କେମିତିଆ ନଖ ସେ ନଖରେ ଧରିକି ଟେକି ନେବ ବାଘକୁ ଫୁଟେଇ ଦେବ ହେଇଗଲା ଟେକିବ ତାକୁ ନେବ ତାକୁ ନେବ
ପାଖିଟା ଖାଇ
ଧରିବ ତାକୁ
ଦେଖୁ ସେ କାଟି
ଧଇଲା ଏଇ ଧଇଲା ତାକୁ ଛୋଟ କ'ଣ ଦେଖିଲ ମୂଷା ବଡ଼ ମୂଷା
रिकॉर्डिंग डिप्रेशन
ବଡ଼
करेंगे
ମୂଷା ନରମ କରିବ ଏଇ ଧର ବତକ ହଂସ ଜନ୍ତୁ ଟେକି ନେଇକି କେମିତି ଧରୁଛୁ ଏଇ ଧରିଲା
अब दोस्तों चलो इवेंट की तरफ जाते हैं मैच डिस्कशन करेंगे जर्मन ब्रिज चेस जो लाइव गेम चल रहा है उसे देखेंगे थोड़ा वोमेन की मैच चल रहा है वोमेन फिडे मास्टर वुमेन वर्ल्ड
ଖାଇଯାଅ ଆଙ୍କୁ ଧରିବ ଚଲେଇଲେ ଏଇ ଗଲା ଧରିବ ଏଇ ଧଇଲା
न्यूज़ थोड़ा
ନେଇଗଲା ଧରିକି ନେଇଗଲା ଖାଇବି କେତେ ବଡ଼ ଥଣ୍ଟ ଧରିକି ଖାଇଦେଉଛନ୍ତି ବାବା ତିନିଟା ଥଣ୍ଟ ଧରିକି କେତେ ବଡ଼ ଥଣ୍ଟ ପାରାମାନଙ୍କୁ
चेस थोड़ा
ପାରାମାନଙ୍କୁ
이렇게.
이가 오다 고기지야.
가운데.
싸우면 이제
그럼 가구워도 다네.
싸우나 이거. 맞아. 맞아.
이 먹다가 약간
무사 좀. 무사. 내 무사 좀.
가져와요. 너는 왜 안 해?
이제 봐봐.
여기 뭐야? 여기 뭐야?
야 이거야. 이거 너도 에이 몰랐잖아. 이제
Wow, this is amazing.
Tapi mau jadi populer kan dulu sebetulnya kita baru populer lagi di TV mau kayak Maria atau mau tahu tahu tahu
가구랑 그래서.
lagi udah tahu macam ya tahu mana ya bosan
이게 이거보다는
데리고 와보다 이거 데리고 와
이게
얘 뭐나 한번 물어보기 그럼 그거 좀 그럼 어디 데리고 얘가 무사 이거 무사로 뭐야 에이 그 고기 말아서 그래
딱 가요.
에이 많이 딴 고기 딴
Mà biết có là em chưa ba sợi thì mà chưa đâu mà hơi rồi. Với đi chị cảnh.
어디 집에는 제일 맛있는 어디 집은 국가야. 그래 국가에 물에 어디 하고 말이긴 뭐 지금
이렇게.
에이 몰랐다.
이 바닥이.
विजन देखेंगे थोड़ा। सॉरी A3 G7 G3 E1 sorry H8 E7 A3 H3 right doctor Bishop E2
거기야.
Bishop G5 C8 D3 A6 E4 A6 D8 E4 D3 G4 A6 A8 D7 D1 B8 F4 F4
देख आइला तू मुझे देखी होती पानी पी जाती है
Inside.
अब तुम पशु भी है आइला नहीं देख देखियो
Hikaru Nakamura.
এই দেখ पूरा समुद्र को ढलने की चाहती कि ढलना लगता है देख कितने चला देखियो कछुआ से एक दिन खाते हैं ये पूरा ये ढलना वाली
ये सब लॉक है.
concho खाऊंगी तो देखा concho ये concho होती ना तभी तो कोना कोई सब खाती है सब खाऊंगी मांसा ठीक है ये सिंह धरने वाला का देता है अरे कौन है बाबू छोटा नहीं बाबू छोटा कर दिया अपना बड़ा करेगा इसलिए ना बड़ा बाबू छोटा नहीं चिता बाबू छोटा खाएगा
Magnus Carlsen, Hikaru Nakamura, the Speed Chess Championship Final. Two of the greatest chess players to ever exist going head-to-head across 3.
Nakamura निहल को हराया. कार्लसन ने लेग को हराया. देखते हैं सफर नाकामुरा अरुण को हराया. निहल को हराया. निहाल ने डिंग लिरेन को हराया था. वाह चैंपियन को हराया था. कार्लसन ने मुकेश को हराया था. कार्लसन ने कारवाना को हराया था. कार्लसन ने भाइचर लाजबे को हराया था. फाइनल गया था फिर फाइनल नाकामुरा ने हरा दिया. देखते हैं.
Intense hours of blitz and bullet chess. Magnus entered the match as a big fan favorite, having won their 2 previous matches in the format by convincing margins. But Hikaru had made big strides in his game since their last match, and in their 7 games so far in 2022, Magnus had not beaten Hikaru, and Hikaru had 2 wins. The first game was dramatic, but mostly balanced, as Magnus surprised Hikaru with an opening shot in bishop to f3 check.
Whoa, look at this! Whoa, the following. I had a game just like this against Ding in the Pro Chess League 2 years ago. I remember this move.
Bishop f3 check catches Hikaru by surprise. He looks upset right now.
In a balanced endgame, both players missed a chance for Hikaru to take a pawn on h7, and ultimately they repeated moves. In the second game, Magnus met Hikaru's King's Indian with the surprising bishop to d3, and he seized a big space advantage and was pressing hard. Could he break through in the time scramble?
I don't know with 2 seconds. Is he going to decide on c5? He decides to exchange rooks, but he gives up the pawn. Oh my gosh, and he's given up another one.
I think it's just a draw. Queen e1, and we have a draw by repetition.
Oh my lands, and Magnus doesn't decide on c5. It was difficult to calculate the ramifications, especially against Hikaru. It's a draw by perpetual check.
Game 3 looked like a dead equal snooze fest, but then Hikaru stole a pawn and cemented a big knight on b7.
Knight takes b7. Magnus is starting to lose control. Can he trap this knight, though? Hikaru can save it with his pawn. c5 and c6. He drives the pawn and he guts off the king.
Yeah, c6, the king cannot get in there. Bishop b6, he needs to go king e6.
Make a move!
The king can't get to the pawn.
Oh, he's going to
That is a
flag!
big problem.
He's going to flag!
He lost
He just
his time.
did.
And he can't
Oh.
believe it. And look at Hikaru. He's cool as a cucumber. He is focused, and he's acting like nothing just happened, but something huge happened. He gained the lead. It's the first lead in this match, and it belongs to Hikaru Nakamura.
Insane. After that shocking time forfeit, Hikaru had the first lead of the match, and he was clearly feeling some momentum while Magnus seemed all out of sorts. Carlsen pressed again with a space advantage in Game 4, but Hikaru showed his famous defensive skills, and he held on in the mutual time scramble. Was the move 4e5 a mouse slip or a dubious opening try by Magnus in game 5? Either way, Hikaru laughed and continued confidently, establishing a big advantage. 18 knight g5 was a nice and accurate move by Hikaru.
He goes knight g5, hitting the h7 pawn. The queen has to take the knight. The bishop takes the bishop on b7. And after black is rook a to b8, saving the rook and attacking the bishop, c7 pawn falls. White goes up a pawn. It looks like a healthy extra pawn. But unless Magnus can drum up some counterplay, he is simply worse.
Magnus has literally 2 moves to drum something up, because that pawn is reaching a8 and a tizzy, and Magnus flags. It's over.
Hikaru now led by 2, and a confident hold with black against Magnus in game 6 kept the edge, as they headed to the 7th game where Magnus surprised Hikaru by playing the King's Indian himself, and Hikaru laughed as he deployed Magnus' earlier bishop d3 idea. Hikaru found a nice idea with knight to f5 to gain some edge, but in the time scramble, things got very messy.
Swap queens and with a d5 knight, so you gotta keep your material. And speaking of material, white is only up 1 pawn. Queen takes f6.
Queen takes b5 as a desperado. He's got to move his... Wait, what does Magnus do?
What a shot! By
Sacks his
King
knight.
G7. And then rook takes e5 at the end, and then knight. No, knight's not trapped. It's rook b8. Wow, it goes right for the pawn.
He just wants an attack. And Hikaru can even play like king a1, bishop b1. He can curl up into a ball. Instead, he eliminates the attacker.
And is rook takes a2 a possibility?
But Hikaru going for mate. He wants rook d7.
Oh my gosh.
Well, this is
And
over.
1 second left, Magnus is on time. Hikaru Nakamura sticks a knight on f6 and he is knocked out. 5-2 is the score. Nobody's counting Magnus Carlsen out, but who would...
Guess what he's doing? Something he's never done before. He's bringing some time off the...
Sensational form is in, but he plays knight d5. I anticipated this would happen. And Danya, now I really feel like Magnus' chance in this game is Lasker compensation for the queen.
Though Hikaru had missed a clear win, he was still pressing hard when something insane happened.
And the white king will be victim to a lot of checks. So that's the one bit of good news for
Oh,
black.
bishop g6. He blundered and Magnus missed it.
Magnus is playing too quickly. Bishop g6 with a discovered attack on the rook on e1, and the queen on f7 was hit as well.
Unbelievable blunder. Magnus is not even thinking about it because he's so used to losing games. I think inertia just carried him forward. Bishop g6, a discovered attack, and you couldn't take the bishop, not because you lost the rook, but because you got mated after that.
Okay, but look at that move. Rook b5.
Queen e7.
Rook b2. It's a draw. Rook d1.
He allows
It's
a draw.
immediately.
And
Yeah.
listen, a good practical call by Hikaru.
आमच्या नाही बकेट होती रे ତାହେଲେ ଖରା ହବ ଜଣା ପଡୁଛି 3 ଦିନ କହିଥିଲେ ଲୋକ ବି ଖରା ବେଳକୁ 4ଟା ବେଳକୁ ତାର ବର୍ଷା ହେଇନି 4ଟା ବେଳକୁ ବର୍ଷା ହେଇନି ମଝି ସୁଇଚଟା ଜଳୁଛି କି ମଝି ସୁଇଚଟା ଜଳୁଛି ନା ଏଇଟା ମାନେ ଲିଭି ଗଲା ୟା ଭିତରେ ଜଳିଗଲା
पूरे लिपि गया जड़ी की था हमारी चुप कर ये सुई का डिनर है वो जाओ जो कर
To do anything crazy. The only winning move there was queen c7 to e7, but how hard is that to see with 2 seconds?
6.5, 2.5. After the 5+1 time control, Hikaru led by 4 and was still undefeated by Magnus in 2022. With a break to rest before the 3+1 time control, Magnus came out strong, getting a very Magnus-y positional advantage and pressing hard with his passed c-pawn.
I love that move. Love the move from p5. Only move to win, apparently, according to the engine. And Hikaru's going to lose time.
Magnus was on the board and had his first win against Hikaru in all of 2022. In their second 3+1 game, the players repeated their opening from game 1, but this time Hikaru found the bishop takes h7 idea to steal a pawn, although it was not enough to win. A fairly boring draw in the next game preceded a huge hold by Magnus in a difficult spatial squeeze.
And this has been phenomenal defense thus far by Magnus Carlsen, but can he keep it up? Rook to h8, preparing to occupy the open file he's created for himself. He's got the most counterplay he's had in a while. No rook b8.
Down a pawn. Goes rook b8. I'm wondering if rook takes e5 will be played by Hikaru.
That would be an incredible call. A very risky move, but a potentially rewarding move. That knight is a beast. No, a draw. And a dodged bullet by Magnus.
The next game was shaping up to see Magnus be the one squeezing when commentator Robert Hess jinxed him.
Look at this, knight c4, bishop c7. You might just win a pawn.
Not quite yet, though. The knight defending that square, but at the moment it moves, you are leading into c7. Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
I
That's what you
hung a
meant.
piece there. Yeah, but, you know, it's my rules of commentary. You always have to be willing to be incorrect. I blundered a piece. It happens, but no, bishop c7 would be great except for the...
Oh, no way!
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god.
Magnus.
Is this a dream?
If it is, Hikaru never wants to wake up.
Hikaru's lead was up to 4, and he looked poised to expand it with a big knight takes f7 shot in the next game.
But look at Hikaru. He's spotting the tactics. Queen e7 play. And look at the eval. Wait a second. Was knight e6 the best move? Because I feel like, yeah, once we got here, the evaluation went down, and the reason why is if Queen e7, bishop takes back, you take his on b7, c3 falls, b4 falls next, and then knight is kind of trapped, stranded on b7.
Perpetual. It might be time for white to bail out.
You could take on b6, I feel like.
Nah, but then queen d5. Is Magnus the one going for it? No, he can't go king d6, can he?
After Hikaru's knight sack, it was now Magnus' turn to sack a knight with a textbook continuation.
Oh, on a
Textbook continuation.
On a6, is there a knight b5? Rook c7,
oh my
queen
gosh.
d5.
That is sick. The bishop on f5 is loose as the rook on 8. And look at that. He's looking at the board from the side, and I think
He can't miss this.
he can. He has to find the move. And knight takes d5 is the same thing, right?
Might have even been knight takes d5, there might have been bishop e6, and Magnus delivers. He had no right to miss that tactic. This is what he needs. Not for breakfast. He needs harder tactics than this for breakfast. A big miss by Hikaru. How lost is this, Robert? Is this just a pawn down and you're losing a second pawn? Your position is collapsing, or is there any hope for Hikaru in the ensuing position?
It looks extremely lost. You have to take on c7 now, right? I don't see another move. Now the queen takes d5. Lose pieces, drop off. LPT. Or by the right. He looks upset right now.
In a balanced endgame, both players missed a chance for Hikaru to take a pawn on h7, and ultimately, they repeated moves. In the second game, Magnus met Hikaru's King's Indian with the surprising bishop to d3, and he sees
Ensuing position.
Extremely lost. You have to take on c7 now, right? I don't see another move. And after queen takes d5, loose pieces, drop off. LPDO, says Daniel Naroditsky. Rook on 8 is loose. The bishop on f5, is similarly loose. And so you lose a pawn, then d5 drops, and you're going to lose this game. So break could not have come at a better time for Magnus.
Hikaru put up strong defense, but he could not hold it in the end, though he did drain a lot of time off of the match clock. And he amusingly utilized the heck out of that strategy in the next game, dramatically thinking 3 minutes off of the clock with a forced repetition sitting on the board.
I know there's a forced draw here. There's some sort of draw. Yes, that's it. And Hikaru's going for it. And he's forgotten about it, I think.
Yeah, this was from Lev Albert's Percoler. That book, way back in the day, I had that book. I played this opening in black. And the point is bishop f2 check, king d2, bishop e3 is a forced draw if you take the queen on e3.
Now, white has the possibility of playing knight b5. Hikaru's not going to dip his toes into that toxic pool. He's going to accept the draw. A great result for Magnus.
But he's not going to accept it until he spends the rest of his time.
Forgotten again.
Yes, so Hikaru's clock is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. He's going to take it down all the way to a couple seconds, and then he's going to play king d2, continue going back. Black has no choice. You've given up your queen, and so you have to play this forcing sequence.
Can't be happy with the way he's playing, but he's definitely happy there's time left on the clock. Hikaru makes one more move, and now he's going to wait again.
He's not waiting. He's thinking. He can spend this time thinking about how to play his black. So that's exactly what he is thinking about. Is the next game, the next opening, what he should do. And well, this game is about to be a draw as soon as King E1 is played. And
Don't lose on time.
there we go. Okay.
When it mattered most, with time dwindling in the 3+1 time control, Magnus showed off some of his best chess of the match. First finding a fine tactic to win a pawn.
He's winning. He's knocking on the door of having this lead. Can he finish it off?
Whoa. Goes there because bishop e6 is king f6. It's winning.
What recognition! And this is winning. King f6.
Go back. Take a
Where?
f5.
The position was still incredibly difficult to win, but Magnus showed some outstanding technique in the end.
Rook h4, rook f4. It's not forget.
Into the bullet time control. Magnus had momentum, but he did not get off to a good start in bullet as he allowed a fine knight f4 move by Hikaru that set up some beautiful tactics.
Knight f4.
Oh, an early oversight. He has to move the bishop back. That gives Hikaru a tempo. Now, it's not the end of the world because he's
Yani
on
sen
track to
dokun
sustain it.
jujur
But he
kali
needs to
ya.
smoke that knight out of F4 ASAP.
White has come to advance. One knight two. Could be two. Could be
Queen
two.
B2. Oh, what a move! Oh, what a tactic in game one of the bullet. It's going to win a pawn. The knight's dropping back to C4. Hikaru's basically winning in the endgame.
Yep, I missed that one. And Hikaru needs to put this one away.
Oh.
Four check if Bishop E2 doesn't look at one check, things like that. It's very, very bad for Magnus.
Hikaru sees it. Guess what he's doing? Something he's never done before. He's bringing some time off the clock. Resign right now if your knight does knight C3. And he does.
That's it.
Magnus was unfazed by being back down to 3, and he pushed hard in the next game, creating some dangerous passed pawns on the king side, and ultimately winning out when things got messy.
Oh, this is not looking good for Magnus.
Notice that A2 is also been loose, so you can take the
Look
eye
at
off
one.
that pawn. Could move A2 and goes for B2.
Oh my gosh! Where do you go? You have to give up A2. You called it. Bishop A2.
Oh, here comes the
H1.
pass pawn. He got A2.
Bishop A2 now. Oh, Hikaru's collapsing. He's losing control of the game. Bishop E4 and H3 was winning.
And look at that.
And what this?
To the quick checkmate.
Yeah, clinical until the end, even with 2 queens on the board. He ain't lazy. Every second matters here, and only 7 minutes have gone off the match clock, so it has not been a catastrophe. Magnus gets this lead back to 2 in another pivotal game of the white pieces.
In the following game, a quick tactic was a game ender.
Whatever you do, don't lose this game if you're Magnus. This would be a heartbreaker. 96! He wanted a piece!
Oh my gosh. Resigns right away. See, I think Hikaru feels Magnus shredded. Instead of just wasting time, he's like, I need to get He's winning a second pawn, just like Hikaru did in the previous game.
Magnus cannot afford to waste a single second. This could be over if Hikaru can bleed another minute off the match clock. Here we go.
1 minute, 10 seconds. Every
Oh, look at the
second counts.
Primos.
King H6.
He's gonna win.
G5, rook F6.
G5,
Rook
rook F6, and King G7.
7, it's winning. Oh my god.
No, but Hikaru, he has 15 more seconds. He needs to bleed.
15 seconds. King F8.
King F8. Move. If you're Magnus, Hikaru's gonna make it happen.
G5.
Oh. Rook F4.
Oh
Move.
my gosh, ladder, please.
C8 queen. No, he doesn't have enough time. Hikaru made
It's over.
it.
It's over.
No, that's it. It's over.
See, Hikaru recognizes it. He wins the speed chess championship. Magnus gives a little bit clap for Hikaru Nakamura. But what a performance from the American superstar. He has won the Fisher Random World Championship this year. He's winning Title Tuesday pretty much twice every single Tuesday. And now he has taken the Speed Chess Championship. That is your streamer. That is your SCC winner in 2022.
Hikaru Nakamura is the 2022 Speed Chess Champion. The chess world has been waiting 5 years for the Speed Chess Championship rematch, and it delivered in every possible way. Both players were open, cheerful, and appreciative of their opponents in their post-match interviews.
No, I mean...
तो जैसे कि हम देख रहे थे ये फाइनल मैच हिकारू नाकामुरा ने जीत लिया, तो हम वीडियो को यहीं पे रोकते हैं। इसी के साथ कहते हैं आप अपने ख्याल रखना, अपने माता पिता का ख्याल रखना और देश के लिए कुछ अच्छा करना।